Okay, tip 8, slash recruitment costs. Now I should tell you that Naomi reeled in horror at my wording of this particular tip. Nonetheless, so Red Balloon is recognised as a great place to work, and you may certainly save money on recruitment and you attract great people. What have you got to say about that? How do you go about it?
Look, I didn't want to be a great place to work because I was going to slash recruitment costs, let me tell you that. I wanted to have a great place to work because I wanted to have fun every day, and I didn't want to show up to a place I didn't want to work at, which would be some entrepreneurs grow businesses that then they don't want to show up to, which is not really great. And I've worked in a lot of I shouldn't say horror, but not great employers, and it was no fun. So, you know, it's a big proportion of life, so let's have a good time. The other thing is that I had some feedback when I was in corporate life that I wasn't a particularly good manager. So you can imagine, here I am sitting at home, doing everything, you know, blowing up balloons, posting product, doing the marketing, whatever, and then I realise I can't do it all myself. Cannot. I'm going to have to employ someone. And I'm not very good at being a manager. So I reckon the first person to employ is the scariest. It's like, oh my God, are they going to show up? And then they do. And then you're like, oh, we're kind of in this together. But they have a choice. Every single moment they have a choice. Do they come to work for a start? Do they do any work when they're there? And so the fundamental premise, so I did a whole lot of reading, of which is available free of charge at Red Balloon, if you download the book, the little book of answers, which is that that disengagement, so when I say disengagement, do you know what I mean? Okay, when I say engagement, people love coming to work, play full out, have a great time. People who are not engaged are people who come to work 9 to 5 and are just sleepwalking. People who are disengaged are people who you pay and they hate you. And so they'll do anything they possibly can to upset all the work of the engaged people. And it costs Australia about $27 billion a year in lost productivity, these disengaged people. Now, remember, I'm a marketer, and I had no money when I started the business. I spent it all on building a website, and I had no money to promote the business. So the only way I believed I could grow my business was based on customer experience, like people having an unbelievable customer experience that they would talk about. But how your people talk about you is far more authentic than anything you're going to say, because of course I'm going to say it's great. So how your people talk about you, and now it's even amplified because they're on Facebook and Twitter and everything else. So I just thought, oh my goodness, I'd better look after these people and make sure that they're highly aligned. So 75% of those people who are engaged are going to tell you, other people you've got a great product or service. And not only that, 65% of those people who are engaged are going to say you're a great place to work. So mates often get mates. Engagement comes from the direct supervisor. We know that, 75%. This is all Gallup statistics. But the thing that I also found out was that 89% of those people who are highly engaged are going to stay with you beyond the year. In fact, about 72% are thinking it's so good around here, we're going to stay our whole career. But the scariest number is that 26% of those people who are disengaged, they hate you, are planning to spend their whole career with you. So we need to set them free, let them go to your competitor, and just keep the ones you want. Yeah. So I really work very hard on understanding what is it that people like. Like, I've always been unbelievably passionate, like more passionate than often my employers were about their own businesses. And you know, it came very simply. I knew what I was there to do in a day. Somebody noticed, and I go home feeling like a winner. It's that simple. So we can sort that out. Oh, and by the way, in our little itty business, which is only 57 people, we get more than 100 unsolicited CVs a week, people wanting to come and work at Red Balloon. So there was an outcome. But that wasn't, I didn't do it to slash recruitment costs, I promise you. The investment you make in finding great people, whatever that looks like, is absolutely worth every single penny. So I really object to that one. Because that is not there. That might be an outcome, but it's not an objective.
Okay, thank you very much. And how are you as a manager these days?
I'm lousy.
I'm still lousy.
Still lousy. And it's good to know that.
Okay.
But I have an amazing team of leaders
Excellent.
who are unbelievably empowered.